Hi Equals, it's Kim, and we're here outside the bathroom. I want to talk today about the whole issue of bathrooms, particularly transgender people in bathrooms. And normally, most people have issues with trans women in women's restrooms. Right? They don't necessarily have as many issues with trans men in the men's room. All right. As we've just illustrated, bathrooms are generally gendered. All right. So here's the women's room near me, the public women's room. If you are really seriously opposed to transgender people in restrooms, don't watch the rest of this. I have an attitude about this, and you're probably not going to appreciate it. Hey, let's go in. All right. We are now inside public restroom near me, one I know of. I knew it would also be empty today because that would be kind of weird with other people in here. But let's just say that the issue of non-discrimination in public accommodations, or so the idea that you should not discriminate against people because of who they are or who they love in hotels and restaurants, etc., that argument usually devolves, when there's an issue anyway, into a discussion, argument, whatever, about safety in bathrooms. The actual issue right now in Ohio, it's legal for me, well, I'm in Columbus, a little different, but in most places in Ohio, it's legal for somebody to walk into this restroom and kick me out, not because of what I'm doing here, but because of who I love, because my sexual orientation is not heterosexual. Actually, they could be thrown out of the bathroom because their orientation is heterosexual. People forget that that's actually a sexual orientation. Trans women whose gender assigned at birth was male, when they socially transition, part of that transition, and this is part of all of the therapy protocols, is to live 24/7 as a woman. You can't live 24/7 as a woman if you're using the frickin' men's room. All right, so they use the women's room. They, like me, walk in, use the stall, wash their hands, maybe check their hair in the mirror, maybe apply some lipstick, and then they walk out again. All right, where's the danger in that? That's what trans people do in bathrooms. I'm sorry, it's not overly more exciting than that. All right, so what do people get their panties in a wad about? Well, what they're concerned about is that somebody who identifies as a man, because I'm in the women's room, so we're using that gender example, that somebody who identifies as a man will walk into this bathroom and somehow jeopardize the safety of wives and children who might be in here. Right. Currently, it's legal for that man to walk into this bathroom, right, and use the stall and wash his hands and check his hair and his makeup or whatever and walk out again. It's not legal for him to drill a hole through the wall and peep, or walk in here and somehow harass women or anybody else who's in here. It's not legal for him to come in and just stare at people. Right? That's misbehaving in a bathroom, and there are laws about that. Allowing or making it so that business owners can't ban trans people from the gendered bathroom space that matches their gender identity does not make the laws about behaving in a bathroom change. Right? If you don't behave in a bathroom, whether you're me as a woman in a women's room or you're a man in a woman's room, if you're not behaving in there, then somebody should contact somebody and get me or the man removed. So I read an article recently. This is what set me off. Read an article recently, and it's about a woman who professed to be supportive of LGBT people, particularly transgender people, understood that trans people want to come in, use the stall, wash their hands, walk out again, check their makeup, whatever, and was totally okay with that. Happened to be, or said they were, at an amusement park, and there was a lineup for the bathroom, which, by the way, is the reason I sometimes use the men's room, because of the lineups, but they're all in line. And there's women and children. It's an amusement park. It's a family space, all in line. Probably some of those children, by the way, were assigned a male at birth. All right, so her problem is that a man came along, clearly a man, wasn't trying to dress as a woman or anything, just man, walked into the women's space and just kind of stood leaning against the wall. Here, I'll lean against the wall to show you. Kind of leaning against the wall, watching people. All right, now I've leant against the wall, waiting for my friend who might be in a stall. So there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not doing that and you are just watching people in a bathroom, I'm not sure that's totally illegal, but you could probably make a case that it's some sort of harassment. And then apparently he also walked up and down outside the doors, right? And people were concerned because there's these little gaps in the between the door and the wall that he could have been looking through at them. It's really hard to see through those. But anyway, and the woman who was writing the article was saying, look, they were scared to report this guy because they were worried that if they reported him, he would claim that he was transgender and that it was legal for him to be in the bathroom. Let's face a few facts first, folks. Even if you were transgender, even if you're a woman and you are behaving that way in a bathroom, you should be removed because you're not in there using the stall, using the sink, checking out your stuff in the mirror and leaving. Right? If you're not doing that, then likely you're up to no good, regardless of who you are. That man should have been reported to somebody so that somebody could come along, because so to be a trans woman in a bathroom, you're living 24/7 as a woman, and you're not going to be dressed and looking totally like a man. Okay, anybody can should be able to go into any restroom, use it for what it was intended, and leave. If they're doing anything else, regardless of who it is, they should be reported and asked to leave. It is really simple, folks. Allowing people to use a bathroom that matches their gender identity does not give anybody a license to misbehave. The laws about behavior in a bathroom still exist, would exist, don't change. Love to hear your comments below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so that you are notified every time I do a new video. Hope you have a great weekend, Eagles. Bye from the bathroom.